I suspect that the State of the Union for so many people has become a game of video clips where you see it on social media later tonight or the next day. And I think of so many people that I know tomorrow when I say, oh, did you watch the State of the Union? They'll say, yes. And I'll ask a follow-up question. They'll be like, well, I saw like the clips. Chris CILLIZZA is with us at the John Schuster Coldwell Banker Hotline. It is different today, isn't it, Chris? I mean, people are not necessarily consuming anything in the entirety. They're watching these sort of made-for-TV clip moments, whether positive or negative.
I just want to say for the record, Chris CILLIZZA will be watching every moment of the State of the Union address.
Well, your Substack subscribers need
I'm the nerdiest of the nerds.
Yes, we need the 34 outrageous things that Donald Trump said at the State of the Union.
I will admit that I looked this up because I was interested in this, Jason. The last year, which wasn't technically a State of the Union address, the first year a president addresses Congress, first year of his term, it's not technically called that, but 36 million people watched that speech. I thought it would be way lower than that. Now, that's probably watched some part of it, but you're exactly right. Speech making and your ability to kind of move the needle with speech making has been declining significantly over the last 50 years, probably, as our attention spans have been declining. I think the last 10 years it's become sort of how many positive viral moments that get shared across social media, that get covered get covered on TikTok, that get covered, I guess, on the news, although I think that's even a declining sort of stream. And how many negative viral moments can you avoid, right? So it's sort of like it's a speech. Trump went 99 minutes last year. I'm really hoping we keep it under 100. But let's say it's a speech that's an hour and a half long. I would guess the average passive news consumer winds up hearing a minute and a half, 2 minutes total of him speaking if they don't watch it live.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
such a different entity now. I talked to a speechwriter yesterday, a guy who wrote for Obama, and he was like, look, it's different from even when Obama was president. Like, it's just going to get chopped up, so you have to try to create a few, minute and a half, 2 minute, 2.5 minute set pieces that can be shared, and then hope that if you're Trump, hope that Democrats in the chamber do something stupid that reflects poorly on them that is also shared,
Chris CILLIZZA is with us, and we're going to talk in a couple of minutes about the fun way that you are going to watch the speech tonight, because Minnesotans will especially love this, knowing the Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Connection. And by the way, if I didn't get paid to do this for a living, I would be watching the Timberwolves because I love to watch Anthony Edwards.
Yes, I may have a split screen. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. There's been a lot of drama since the Olympic gold medal for the men on Sunday when Donald Trump was on the cell phone. I don't know who called how this all went down. Today it came out that our guy, Bill Guerin, who is the guru at the Minnesota Wild, but he also is the guy who set up the entire roster for the men's hockey team, that he invited Kash Patel into the locker room, which the Kash Patel thing, I think, was like peak bro culture Kash Patel moment. But tell me, what's going on tonight? Like, the women were invited. The women said no. This all feels very last minute because it's not like you can just put a couple of hockey teams like on the floor of the House chambers, right?
No. Although, you know what? You could probably kick out a few kind of. First of all, not all the Democrats are going to be there. So there'll be a little bit more, and this happens with Republicans do the same thing when there's a Democratic president. Some chunk of them boycott.
So stupid. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. I think you should go. You're an elected official. My view, and I know a lot of lefties won't like this, go, sit there, be respectful, leave, say whatever you want about Donald Trump.
Wow,
but
great radical. You're enabling fascism, Chris CILLIZZA.
I knew you would do it. I always say, you're always accusing me of enabling fascism. No, yeah. I know you and I agree on this,
yes,
which is
of
like,
course.
I just if you want to be the adults, if you want quote-unquote normalcy back, then act normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't be Al Green last year. If you ask people, what do you remember about last year's Trump speech? My guess is people will be, I remember it was long, maybe. And they'll remember the guy shaking his cane at Donald Trump, which was Al Green. They're not going to remember his name, but again, I'm a nerd. I remember his name. And, I don't think that, was a great moment for the Democratic Party. I wish, on your Olympics question, man, I wish that we had some things that could be outside of politics. It's awesome that we won the gold 2-1 in overtime, men and women over Canada. That's great.
Amazing.
I don't know much about hockey, but I was cheering for our team.
Yes.
Why does it have to become... It feels like I'm 50 years old now, Jason. My birthday was last Friday. It feels like when I was 25 even, there were lots of things that weren't immediately politically coded. And now it feels like everything is politically coded, and I think we're worse for it.
I agree. And I do wonder, look, if I were the men's hockey players, man, you invite me to a State of the Union, I would want to go. It's difficult to say no. But they also are being sort of sucked into, they're taking the bait a little bit in being sucked into this political thing, where it probably would be better if they just said, I got a game on Thursday. Forget it.
Well, look, I don't begrudge anyone who wants to go to. I was talking to somebody the other day who's a liberal, and they were like, I got invited to this thing at the White House. Should I go? And I said, 100%.
Yes, I would say.
It's the White House. First of all, it's the people's house. Donald Trump doesn't own it yet. And yes, you should go and see it. It is a remarkable building. It is a unique opportunity. I would say the same thing about the State of the Union. Unfortunately, we're now in this thing because Kash Patel was in the locker room, and then Trump makes this comment of, I guess I'm inviting the men. I have to invite the women too. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Do I wish he hadn't said that? Yes.
Yes.
Is it the men's hockey team's fault that he said that? No. Again,
They didn't have to laugh, Chris. They didn't have to laugh.
Oh, gosh.
You should read my Facebook comments today. People are... I am apparently the king of misogyny for saying...
Speaking of enabling fascism, you and I... I think that it's okay for some things to not have to be all about politics. These are hockey players. They just won the gold medal, beating our arch rivals. They got invited to the State of the Union, and I assume most, if not all of them, are going, fine. Don't turn them into politicians. That's not what they are. Yes, I understand that they are going to be turned into political hockey puck.
Yes.
But it's not that. Don't blame them for that. They're a bunch of, honestly, 20-something guys for the most part who probably think it's cool to meet the President of the United States.
And if they're supporters of Trump, who cares? Who cares?
They're right. I just wish we could say some things, not everything has to be about politics. Chris, and unfortunately, we can't.
Chris CILLIZZA is with us. You search his name, you'll find his Substack. You should subscribe to it. It's excellent. Tonight, you will be watching the State of the Union with your friend Chuck Todd in Mystery Science Theater 3000 style.
Yes.
Amazing, first of all, because this is how, when we're sitting with a buddy watching the speech, this is how we do it. So I love this idea.
I wrote about this on my Substack today, so this will be on my YouTube channel. Just search my name in YouTube or go to any of my social media, and I will make sure there's a link to the live stream. I'm actually going over to Chuck's house. We only live 10 minutes away from each other, so we're going to be in the same place. And basically, my whole sort of adult life in politics, I've always wanted to have some technology where I could watch an event collectively with other people and offer some thoughts on it. Hopefully something's insightful. Hopefully something's fun. Hopefully something's providing context. And really, honestly, the technology's never really been there. Like, you could, like, pirate the C-SPAN stream and turn it down when you wanted to say something and then turn it back up. But this year, C-SPAN, YouTube, me and Chuck are partnering, and we're going to do this where it's going to run on my YouTube channel, and we're going to be able to comment on it, listen to it. We're going to start about 8:30 Eastern, so 7:30 Central, with, you know, the red carpet, you know, where they're all walking in, and we'll talk about that. Then Trump will speak, and we'll try not to interrupt too much, but talk a little bit over important things he says and why it matters. And then we'll do some post-game analysis, and then we'll do the Democratic response, which is like it feels like it is every year. Some Virginia politician, in this case it's Abigail Spanberger, the new Democratic governor. I could not be more excited about this. Like, this is my dream of how to cover live political events. It's Mystery Science Theater 3000 plus the Manning cast, but for politics. So I'm hoping this is the first of many. Like, I'm super psyched about it, and I hope people dig it.
Really good. Chris, we appreciate the time today. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Always.
And happy birthday. 50.
Oh, my
Do you have
gosh.
any new aches and pains?
Can I do a quick shout out? It is
Sure.
my older son's 17th birthday today. Which makes me feel both older and way more emotional. I feel like I'm on the verge of tears every 5 times today, which I was not last Friday on my 50th birthday. So happy birthday to my son.
Yeah. Marking the kids' birthdays as we get
Oh,
older.
my God.
I know. Exactly.
Get dusty in here, my friend.
That's exactly right. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.